The story begins with team partners Haruhiko Ichijo and Mai Kawakami hunting down a fire phantom wreaking havoc at the high school division of their prestigious private school Hosea Academy. But Arisu Haimno, their supervisor of the phantom hunting club in the neural error corrections room, confiscates their reward since they caused damage to the high school clock statue. Wandering into a cemetery, Haruhiko witnesses Riina Izumi using her special ability to consume cemetery phantoms. Fascinated by this, Haruhiko tries to recruit Riina on his team in the phantom hunting club, though she initially refuses. After Haruhiko treats Riina to lunch in the high school cafeteria, he explains that the Aleashiki company's research facility was hit by a terrorist bomb over a decade ago, releasing a virus that infected the human brain. This caused changes in brain function, resulting in everyone being able to see phantoms, which are any ghosts, monsters, and other supernatural beings. Moreover, children born after the incident were given special abilities genetically designed to fight phantoms. Those with special abilities established club-like groups within their schools in order to seal and expunge troublesome phantoms for a reward. After Haruhiko introduces Riina to Mai, the three of them set off to deal with wooden utility pole phantoms called Tsukimagamis, which are causing radio disturbances. Riina successfully seals the Tsukimagamis after Mai competes with them in a traditional game of limbo. Haruhiko says that the human brain's cognitive ability is surprisingly fickle and unreliable, as seen with optical illusions. That is, until the human brain underwent a drastic change due to a large-scale event that happened over a decade ago, where a myriad of phantasmal beings were released into the world, intertwining what is reality and fantasy. Haruhiko wants to be more valuable to his team by learning how to summon phantoms using his sketchbook. Arisu assigns Haruhiko, Mai, and Riina to assist Koito Minace, a newly transferred student who first manifested her special ability of singing voice at a young age. They are requested to go to the Aleashiki company's abandoned factory, where there have been reports of a security robot phantom causing a disturbance by controlling drones. Since the security robot phantom uses antiphase sound waves to cancel out Koito's singing voice, Haruhiko, Mai, Riina, and Koito work together to seal the security robot phantom. While Mai and Riina cool off at Haruhiko's house, Haruhiko's fairy phantom named Ruru reveals that she found a mysterious gadget at the abandoned factory. The next day, Haruhiko tells Mai and Riina that a parole is a unique spell used by special ability users. Arisu soon assigns the group to deal with a strange UFO phantom that peeps on the college girls in their dormitory. While Mai and Riina lure the UFO phantom by wearing towels, Haruhiko implements his parole by summoning a sketch of Marchoja's using a cut on his finger. Although appearing as a winged puppy, Marchoja still manages to capture the UFO phantom, allowing Riina to seal it. Afterwards, Riina heals Haruhiko's finger with her mouth. As Koito passes by, she is unimpressed by how Haruhiko, Mai, and Riina handled the task. Haruhiko says that a phantom is an illusion by definition, and reality is actually an elaborate illusion that the human brain manufactures. Phantoms wreaking havoc must be sealed, but they have been known to reappear. It is still unclear whether phantoms have always existed or are mere figments of imagination. Later, the group meet up at the train station, where Mai recalls being a wallflower during childhood. They are tasked to deal with two female bridge phantoms who challenges people to a contest of strength. The bridge phantoms are specifically seeking to fight Mai, but she quickly loses against them. Haruhiko summons Marchoja's as a distraction for a tactical retreat. The next day, Mai attempts to train Haruhiko and Riina in combat. Haruhiko then suggests for Mai to copy her semantic memory, episodic memory, and procedural memory into his brain without the need to train in combat. With Arisu's help, Haruhiko and Mai visit an amusement park, a movie theater, and a climbing gym, among other places, in order to synchronize shared memories, though Riina expresses jealousy. Heading back to the bridge, Haruhiko and Mai are challenged to a fight by the bridge phantoms. Haruhiko and Mai end up synchronizing shared memories, to which Haruhiko realizes that the bridge phantoms are actually two girls whom Mai befriended during her preschool field trip 10 years ago. Believing that Mai was rather extroverted instead of introverted, Haruhiko concludes that Mai altered her memories. Since Haruhiko lacks the stamina needed to fight, Arisu suggests for Haruhiko to implement Mai's special ability. Haruhiko and Mai perform a simultaneous attack using Mai's special ability of the 5 elements against the bridge phantoms, who finally vanish after accepting defeat. The next day, Arisu suspects that Mai's memories will vanish from Haruhiko's brain within a few days, while Riina wonders if she will ever become closer to Haruhiko and Mai. Haruhiko says that there is actual research being done right now on data backup for human memory, but the research is only being done on humans and not phantoms at the moment. Haruhiko, Mai, and Riina go to an all-you-can-eat restaurant where Riina proves her large appetite. At sunset, Riina boards a mysterious red bus on her way home. The next day, Koito confirms that the red bus is actually a bus phantom that has possessed Riina. At the next sunset, Mai and Koito watches Haruhiko and Riina board the bus Phantom before it disappears. Haruhiko and Riina find themselves in a fantasy house where Riina is entranced by two bunny phantoms acting as her perfect parents at the dining table, while Haruhiko is believed to be Riina's older brother. Waking up outside Riina's house, Haruhiko and Riina realize that almost no time has passed since they boarded the red bus. The following day, Koito explains that the bus Phantom hypnotizes victims by using food and takes over their consciousness. Riina says that her older sister ran away from home because her strict parents despise phantoms. At the following sunset, Haruhiko, Mai and Riina board the bus Phantom, finding themselves in the same fantasy house in which Mai is believed to be Riina's older sister. Entering the bathroom as a way to snap out of it, Haruhiko manages to help Riina come to her senses. Riina is nearly persuaded by the bunny phantoms offering her to stay in the fantasy house. However, she chooses to abandon the fantasy house when Haruhiko reveals that he is still waiting for his mother to come home. The next day, Haruhiko and Mai learn that Riina came clean to her parents and received permission to stay in the Phantom Hunting Club. Haruhiko says that human culture varies depending on time and place, but they have language and family systems in common, in which some societies choose to separate birth and parenting. Koito uses her special ability in order to seal a trained phantom. She notes that she keeps her distance from people ever since her special ability surfaced 4 years ago. During lunch, Haruhiko's friend Shasuke Morohashi says that Koito appears standoffish even though she used to be popular. Arisu assigns Koito to deal with a dragon phantom attacking the school chicken coops and rabbit hutches. Upon meeting Kirumi Kumamakura at the primary school division of Hosea Academy, Koito encounters the dragon phantom, but it renders her special ability useless. Just as Haruhiko, Mai and Riina arrive to help, Kirumi uses her special ability of transforming her inanimate teddy bear Albrecht into an animate fighting giant, causing the dragon phantom to flee. Arisu suggests a race to determine who will be the first to hunt down the dragon phantom. Mai, Riina and Kirumi form a team, while Haruhiko and Koito reluctantly form another team. Haruhiko and Koito are the first to find and confront the dragon phantom, but it flees once again. Arisu later tells Haruhiko that the dragon phantom awakened Koito's special ability 4 years ago. Stubbornly and solely facing the dragon phantom at the zoo, Koito is soon saved by the timely arrival of Haruhiko, Mai, Riina and Kirumi, who all combine their special abilities in order to seal the dragon phantom. Later, Riina heals Koito's injuries with her mouth. Arisu reveals that the dragon phantom is different from the one that Koito encountered 4 years ago. At his house, Haruhiko tries to repair the mysterious gadget and Koito waits outside in order to give her thanks and apologies to him before storming off. Haruhiko says that singing a favorite song can arouse the auditory cortex, thus triggering the secretion of pleasure hormones. In fact, singing is effective in rehabilitation and it helps in memorizing large amounts of text. Singing in groups makes doing arduous tasks more bearable and efficient. Kirumi is afraid to disappoint the people who rely on her and would prefer not to be involved in fighting phantoms. At a crosswalk, Kirumi encounters Haruhiko as they are transported to a fantasy kingdom inhabited by sentient teddy bears. Kirumi is claimed to be their missing princess, while Albrecht appears as Kirumi's royal guard, defending her from the Higuman teddy bear soldiers in service to the evil Prince Salmon de Higuman III. In his lair, Albrecht tells Haruhiko and Kirumi that Salmon plans to marry Kirumi after he took over the throne. Albrecht departs after returning a golden rake to Kirumi as her family heirloom. Haruhiko concludes that they are stranded in an alternate world created from Kirumi's memories centered around bears, including the animal itself, her favorite food, her birthplace, and her surname. Albrecht arrives to report that Salmon is planning to attack with his vanguard. Meanwhile, at the neural error corrections room, Koito tells Mai and Riina that Kirumi is capable of fighting but needs to get over her mental hangups. After Albrecht is shot with a bow and arrow, Haruhiko and Kirumi take Albrecht to the forest, where Kirumi remembers that Albrecht gave her the confidence to make new friends. When Salmon attacks with a giant robot teddy bear, Kirumi overcomes her fear and confronts Salmon by herself. Kirumi activates the golden rake, which transforms her into a magical girl, allowing her to easily defeat Salmon. Haruhiko and Kirumi then leave the fantasy kingdom and return to the crosswalk in the real world. Back at the neural error corrections room, Mai asks Kirumi to come along in order to deal with a phantom, and Kirumi happily agrees to help. Haruhiko says that young children have their attachments to dolls or blankets in order to feel safer. Commonly called security blankets, these items taken away from a child will certainly cause them to panic. At the high school, the students unknowingly begin behaving like cats, notably long naps and fish cravings. Mai explains that a nearby cat mansion was previously a dormitory, but it was closed down after it was overrun by stray cats. Kirumi asks Haruhiro, Mai and Riina to track down a missing kitten named Rudolph for her friend Irina. The next day, Mai, Riina, Koito and even Kirumi are among the students who show up to the high school with cat ears and cat tails, much to Haruhiko's shock. The group explore the cat mansion where they eventually realize that they are inside a cat mansion phantom, though Koido and Mai are each unable to seal the phantom. Thanks to Kurumi's plea, the cat mansion phantom returns Rudolph, restores the cat mansion, and reverts all the students back to normal. Kurumi explains that the cat mansion phantom was lonely when the cat mansion was closed down and the stray cats went away. Before leaving the mansion, the group cleans the place while Arisu comes by to announce that the cat mansion will be turned into a tea house for the students. Haruhiko says that Schrodinger's cat is a thought experiment demonstrated by a sealed box which contains radioactive material, a radiation detector, a toxin emitter, and a cat. This thought experiment illustrates a paradox of quantum superposition which theorizes that the cat would be both dead and alive if there was any atomic decay. Under the sweltering heat, the high school grounds have transformed into a hot spring guarded by an adult male monkey phantom. Several students, including Shasuke, the Beach Angels, Mai, Haruhiko, Kurumi, and Koido, each fail in their attempt to seal the monkey phantom. Haruhiko and Mai then dress up as a pantomime horse and approach the hot spring, but their cover is easily blown. Later on, Haruhiko suggests for Riene, Kurumi, and Koido to pose in their one-piece swimsuits as a way to lure the monkey phantom out of the hot spring. But the monkey phantom does not find the three of them attractive enough. As a last resort, Haruhiko paints Mai's buttocks red as a way to attract the monkey phantom. However, Mai accidentally spills red paint on Haruhiko's sketchbook, making him unable to complete his sketch. Instead, Haruhiko summons Cthulhu, though appearing as a giant baby octopus, in order to capture the monkey phantom, allowing Koido to bind the phantom. Ruru learns that the monkey phantom was abandoned by his wife and wanted to relax in the hot spring. A mock wedding is held in order to cheer up the monkey phantom, and Haruhiko plays the unfortunate role of the bride. The hot spring disappears as the monkey phantom departs from the high school with a reluctant Haruhiko in tow. Haruhiko says that humanity has enjoyed the use of hot springs for centuries. They are more of a leisure activity for tourism and skincare these days, but they were primarily used for health and well-being in the past. Some of the benefits include improved circulation and stimulating parasympathetic nerve activity. Ayumi Kitajima, the sole member of the drama club, eventually convinces the team to participate in the regional competition for her play, loosely based on the Ikea incident. Haruhiko, Riene, Ruru, and Mai are respectively cast as Toshizo Hijikata, Soji Akita, Isami Kondo, and the Phantom's hostage, while Kurumi and Koido are respectively cast as Ryoma Sakamoto and Aizo Akata. Ayumi also casts herself as the Phantom, and the rehearsals were arduous but gratifying. On the day of the regional competition, the group begin their performance. In the middle of the play, Ayumi is revealed to be a Bakumatsu Phantom, who was manifested from the suppressed rage and frustration of losing the regional competition for 10 straight years. Moreover, Ayumi pretended to be a sophomore drama student by manipulating the memories of others. Instead of sealing Ayumi, the others decide to finish the play. Ayumi then transforms the stage into an illusion of the scenery around and inside Ikea Inn, while the audience members serve as extras. Haruhiko and the others follow the script, leading to a triumphant battle against Ayumi. The stage finally returns to normal and they win the regional competition. The next day, Ayumi insists that others can make it to the national competition with more intensive rehearsals throughout the entire summer vacation. Haruhiko says that people are drawn to watching period dramas because the exploits of legendary heroes are exciting, or perhaps it is to learn the lessons of the past. Human beings have a deep desire to inform and enrich the collective unconscious, which can be achieved by telling stories about what people of yore experienced through the power of theater. After Haruhiko accidentally steps on Ruru, she becomes tired of being small. At a park, Ruru meets a benevolent witch phantom whose purpose is to grant the wishes of other phantoms. As Ruru immediately wishes to be human-sized, the witch phantom transforms Ruru into a human girl and arranges for her to be in Haruhiko's class as a transfer student named Natsuno Ramyun. The only catch is that Ruru cannot fly and that she will go back to being fairy-sized if anyone finds out her true identity. Haruhiko soon introduces Natsuno to the Phantom Hunting Club, and Natsuno provides a believable sob story. Heading to the fireworks festival dressed in yukata, Natsuno feels guilty when Haruhiko, Mai, Riene, Koido, Kurumi, and Arisu all desire for Ruru to be there with them. Meanwhile, the witch phantom finds a discarded firework phantom and grants his wish to go off with an unforgettable bang. During the fireworks festival, Haruhiko bandages Natsuno's sore feet while confiding in her that he wants Ruru to be there with him even though she is usually troublesome. The firework phantom crashes the fireworks festival, putting people at risk with his imminent explosion. As Koido, Riene, Mai, and Kurumi are each unable to seal the firework phantom, Haruhiko ends up attached to the phantom. In order to regain her ability to fly, Natsuno reveals her true identity as Ruru and reverts to her fairy-sized self. The firework phantom releases Haruhiko into the river after Ruru convinces the phantom to explode higher in the sky with her. Ruru surprisingly reappears unharmed, and Haruhiko scolds Het for causing worry. As a display of fireworks explode in the sky, Haruhiko buys a bottle of ramyun for Ruru and apologizes for stepping on her earlier. Haruhiko says that fireworks were used to mourn the dead and entertain the poor during the Edo period where famine and disease wreaked havoc on Japan. Nowadays, fireworks festivals are a summertime tradition. A few days ago, Ruru asks Haruhiko and the group what they were like as children. At night, Haruhiko finds a tin box full of childhood mementos. The next morning, Haruhiko wakes up as a kid version of himself with no memory of being a teenager. He attends the primary school believing that he is still in first grade. Kirumi finds Haruhiko and brings him to the neural error corrections room. Arisu advises Haruhiko to attend his high school classes while Mai reluctantly volunteers to look after him at her house. Despite Haruhiko being polite and intelligent for a kid, Mai juggles studying at the high school, working at a diner, hunting down phantoms, and caring for Haruhiko, which takes a toll on her health. At night, Mai calms down Haruhiko from his astrophobia by relating how they both deal with things by themselves. The following afternoon, Mai takes Haruhiko to the playground where she becomes nearly exhausted. Just then, an angry Sandman phantom emerges from a sandbox after being treated like a litter box. Mai collapses while trying to seal the Sandman phantom running rampant. Haruhiko wishes to stop being a kid, which suddenly reverts him to a teenager, though he appears wearing only his underwear since he has outgrown his clothes. He quickly summons Cthulhu and easily defeats the Sandman phantom, thus saving Mai. Haruhiko changes clothes back at his house where Mai learns that Haruhiko does not remember what happened for the past few days. Mai reads a letter that Haruhiko wrote as a kid which details a perfect Sunday at the playground with his parents. She believes that this letter was just a fantasy similar to what happened with Kirumi from before. At the diner, Haruhiko is teased by the girls about him being cute as a kid. With summer vacation right around the corner, Haruhiko and the gang have the highest grades compared to the other teams in the Phantom Hunting Club. Koido tells Haruhiko that he has been repairing a communication device for accessing the Aleashiki Company's servers. The next day, Arisu warns the students about an unidentified female phantom named Enigma, who attacked 3 students from another school and stole their special abilities. Later on the beach, angels are attacked by Enigma, who steals their special abilities by kissing them. Haruhiko, Mai, and Koido come to the rescue and attempt to seal Enigma, but she vanishes without a trace. Since the beach angels never regain their special abilities, it is deduced that Enigma is still on the run. While Haruhiko continues repairing the communication device, he receives a phone call from his mother to meet up at the playground. After they reconcile, Haruhiko's mother agrees to live with him again. 1 week later, Mai, Riane, Koido, and Kirumi deal with a sunflower phantom. After spying on Haruhiko and his mother at a grocery store, Koido tells the girls that Haruhiko's mother might be a phantom, so the group decides to visit Haruhiko's house for dinner. Haruhiko's mother embarrasses him by sending her blessing for the girls to marry him. Meanwhile, Mai is contacted by Arisu, who informs that Haruhiko's mother has been reported missing for a week. Suddenly, Mai is attacked by Haruhiko's mother, who reveals that she is possessed by Enigma. The girls helplessly watch as Enigma steals Haruhiko's special ability by kissing him before she leaves the unconscious body of Haruhiko's mother and flees. To make matters worse, Haruhiko and Ruru simultaneously fall unconscious, much to the worry of the girls. Haruhiko says that phantoms are thought to be hallucinations. It is believed that phantoms owe their existence largely to the human subconscious as well as the brain's language center. Everyone carries in their mind Jungian archetypal figures, including impressions of the Great Mother, the wise old sage who guides us themselves as the opposite sex, and the shadow. As Haruhiko's mother has been admitted to the Aleashiki Company's hospital, Haruhiko meets his new stepfather, who gives him a picture book that his mother had cherished. Since Haruhiko has lost his special ability, the group later noticed that Ruru is acting more like Haruhiko. After being unable to track Enigma, Koido meets up with the others and demands for the communication device to be fixed. Thanks to Kirumi using Albrecht in order to repair the communication device, it is discovered that Enigma was a project by the Aleashiki Company, which has been researching how to artificially enhance phantoms by pooling data on students with special abilities. But Enigma has gone rogue and has been attacking innocent humans. Koido is informed that Enigma has infiltrated the research facility. Arisu drives Haruhiko and the others to the rear gate while explaining that Enigma is after classified data at the hospital, which she can use in combination with Haruhiko's stolen special ability in order to achieve world domination. Grateful for being the very peak of evolution, Enigma easily overwhelms the girls. Haruhiko attempts to fight Enigma, who assumes the form of Haruhiko's mother, but Haruhiko is hurt while protecting Ruru. Arisu reveals that Ruru is a manifestation of the freewheeling personality that Haruhiko subconsciously repressed, with the possibility that Haruhiko and Ruru share the same special ability. The only way that Haruhiko can regain his special ability is by kissing Ruru, which they do so after some hesitation. While Enigma summons the phantoms that Haruhiko previously sealed, he summons Marchojas and Cthulhu in their true adult forms. With the help of the girls, Haruhiko manages to seal and expunge Enigma, who enjoyed her time as Haruhiko's mother. With Ruru back to normal, Haruhiko sheds joyful tears when he reunites with his mother, who has awakened in the hospital. The Aleashiki Company was investigated and held accountable for hiding the truth, while affected students have regained their stolen special abilities. Haruhiko later realizes that Ruru looks like a character in the picture book. With life returning to normal, Haruhiko notes that he accepts the fact that fantasy and reality has become blurred in this world. And this brings the anime to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Also turn on notifications so you don't miss out on another video. Until next time, farewell.